Soft piano music plays. The camera pans over a quiet suburban road just before sunset. A rusted old car sits on the side, hazard lights blinking. Then, a young boy in a worn-out hoodie kneels beside it, his hands greasy, determination in his eyes. Narrator, voiceover. He was just a 16-year-old boy who loved fixing things he could barely afford. But one evening, while helping strangers with a broken-down car, he unknowingly fixed his own destiny. What happened a week later would change his life forever. It was a chilly Friday evening in the small town of Brooksville. Cars rushed past, their headlights cutting through the fading daylight. But on the side of the road, a faded blue sedan stood motionless, its hood popped open, smoke curling out. Inside, an elderly couple sat, worried and helpless. Henry and Martha Collins had been married for over 50 years. They were on their way home from visiting their daughter, but now they were stranded miles from the nearest gas station. That's when Eli Thompson, a skinny 16-year-old boy with oil-stained hands, came walking by, pushing his old bicycle. "Car trouble?" he asked softly, noticing the couple's anxious faces. Henry looked up. "Yes, son, it just stopped running. We don't know what happened." Eli set his bike aside and peered under the hood. His sharp eyes scanned the engine. "Looks like your alternator belt slipped off, sir. I can fix it, if you don't mind me trying." Henry chuckled nervously. "Do you know what you're doing?" Eli smiled shyly. "A little bit, sir. My dad used to be a mechanic before he passed away." The boy's hands moved confidently. Within minutes, he found a loose clamp, adjusted the belt, and checked the wires. After a few tries, the car's engine sputtered, then roared back to life. Martha gasped in relief, her eyes tearing up. "Oh, bless you, dear boy." Henry reached for his wallet, but Eli raised his hands. No, it's okay. I'm just glad to help. Son, at least let us pay you for your time." Eli shook his head. "You don't have to, sir. I'm saving up for mechanic school, but, right now, helping feels better." The couple exchanged a silent look, touched by the boy's sincerity. As Eli rode away on his squeaky bike, the couple watched him disappear down the road, the glow of his determination lingering in their hearts. Eli lived with his mother in a small trailer on the outskirts of town. His father had passed away 3 years earlier, leaving behind an old toolbox and a dream Eli still carried in his heart, to become a certified mechanic and one day open his own shop. But dreams were expensive. He worked part-time at a grocery store after school, earning just enough to help his mom with bills. The idea of mechanic school felt distant, almost impossible. Still, every evening after work, Eli practiced fixing old engines behind his trailer. He salvaged parts from junkyards, learning from YouTube videos, determined to keep his father's spirit alive. One night, while working on an old motorcycle engine, his mom, Clara, stepped outside. "You never stop, huh?" she said softly. Eli grinned. Dad didn't stop either. He said, "If you love something, you never call it work." She smiled proudly, though her eyes held sadness. "I wish I could send you to that school, honey." Eli wiped his hands. "I'll get there, Mom. Somehow." He didn't know that, somehow, was already on its way. A week after helping the elderly couple, Eli came home from his shift to find a large envelope taped to the door. The handwriting was neat, old-fashioned. It read, "For Eli Thompson." He tore it open and found a letter, and a check. His hands trembled as he read aloud. "Dear Eli. You may not remember us, but we will never forget you. Last week, you stopped on a cold evening to help 2 stranded strangers. You didn't ask for anything, though you clearly needed help yourself. You reminded us of our own son, who passed away years ago. He was a mechanic too. We wanted to do something for you, the way you did something for us. Enclosed is a full scholarship to Brooksville Technical Institute. You're going to mechanic school, Eli. With love and gratitude. Henry and Martha Collins. Eli's knees buckled as he sank onto the porch steps, tears falling onto the letter. His mom came rushing out, alarmed. Eli, what's wrong? He looked up, smiling through tears. Mom. I think my dream just came true. A month later, Eli stood at the gates of Brooksville Technical Institute, wearing a clean uniform and holding his father's old wrench in his pocket. Henry and Martha stood nearby, smiling like proud grandparents. As he turned to thank them, Henry placed a hand on his shoulder. Son, sometimes you fix more than engines. Sometimes, you fix hearts. Eli nodded, fighting back tears. You fixed mine too, sir. The camera slowly zooms out as Eli walks into the school, sunlight gleaming off the chrome tools in his new workshop, his dream finally beginning. Big things in motion. Eli thought he was fixing a broken car, but in truth, he was repairing the chain of goodness this world so desperately needs. Remember, sometimes, helping others is the first step toward helping yourself. Screen fades to black with the text. Inspired by true acts of kindness.